Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines for the day: details in a tragic accident at Clays Ferry, plus a Richmond family member, a young woman killed in a crash. They reflect on that, and an Estill County fire results in one death. We've got Sam Ryan in the Weather Center, and of course, Michael Watkins is coming up here with your latest sports report. That is all here today, live at 5 on WBON TV9. But first, in our big story of the day, it's a story we brought you here first on WBONTV.com. Late Friday afternoon, the Fayette County Coroner has now released the name of the person who reportedly parked his car on Clays Ferry Bridge Friday afternoon and whose body was later found on the Fayette County side of the Kentucky River soon after. According to the report, 23-year-old Nashit Patel of Lexington died of blunt force trauma from that fall that happened a little before 6 p.m. Friday. Many passerbys reported seeing a person sitting on the side of the bridge prior to the body's discovery. The Fayette County Coroner says the victim fell off the bridge, but the manner in which Patel died is still under investigation. Lake's Funeral Home in Berea is in charge of those arrangements. Well, a family of a Richmond woman, Victoria McQuarrie, is mourning her loss after she was killed during a two-vehicle crash on Wednesday. McQuarrie was described as a woman of many talents. She was able to play 3 instruments and worked as an office manager at CHI St. Joseph Hospital while taking on her modeling world. Her mother, Marcia McQuarrie, said she was just unique. She loved people. She was always putting on clothes and pretended she was modeling down the runway. But she did some runway modeling. All of this she did on her own. McQuarrie graduated from EKU back in 2020 and had plans to soon travel to Japan with her brother and was even practicing her Japanese. Sadly, these plans were abruptly cut short when Victoria was killed in a crash at the intersection of Richmond Road and the Berea Bypass Wednesday morning. The collision is still under investigation, and the identity of the second driver has not yet been released. I'd gotten an alert on my Life 360 that there was a crash, Marcia McQuarrie recalled, so I immediately texted her to say, "Hey, are you okay?" And she never responded, so I tried to call her twice and she wouldn't pick up. Marcia McQuarrie went on to say that surrounding herself with memories of Victoria helps her feel closer. For me, coming to her apartment and just going through her things for me is kind of a mild healing for me because I feel like I'm close to her. So for now, this is how I'm dealing with it. If you want to help the McQuarrie family during this time, you can donate to their Cash App account, $JM1996 Forever. A visitation for Victoria will be held in Berea on April the 14th from 5 to 7. Well, the Estill County Coroner was called to a Clearview Drive in Irvin around 7 p.m. Saturday night following a residential trailer fire. The department reportedly was told on scene that a male that lived in the home was still inside. The body of that man was discovered once the fire had been extinguished and has now been officially identified as by the Estill County Coroner as 64-year-old Dennis Samples of Irvin. It's an ongoing story, and of course, we'll have more details for you as they become available. Well, Hope's Wings is a nonprofit organization that provides support and advocacy for survivors of domestic violence. The organization will be hosting their biggest annual fundraiser this Friday, and WBON TV spoke with Executive Director Jennifer Lanehart about the long-running fundraiser. With more on that, here's WBON TV's Gage Hill.
Jennifer Lanehart is the Executive Director for the Hope's Wings domestic violence program, and she wants to see local officials arrested for a good cause. The nonprofit is hosting its 13th annual Jail and Bail fundraiser this Friday and sees volunteers be arrested so they or others can post their bail of $600 or more. In reality, of course, no actual crimes have been committed or charges filed. That bail money will go towards supporting Hope's Wings for their day-to-day expenses as it helps those affected by domestic violence. According to Hope's Wings, it has been estimated that up to 3 million women are physically abused by their husband or boyfriend each year. In Madison County, the group has provided advocacy and support to hundreds of people every year. Hope's Wings offers emergency shelter, provides assistance in obtaining higher education, and helps secure rental assistance to people in their program. Offering these valuable services to the community can be costly, however. So that's why fundraisers like Jail and Bail are crucial in the operation of Hope's Wings.
It raises money, which is great, but it also gives community members an opportunity to get together and network. It allows people to come down to Central Bank, which is where our jail typically is, to even get to know us, to ask questions about where their money's going, what our services are, who we serve, those types of things. So we like it. We love an opportunity to get to interact and mingle with community leaders and members.
Lanehart tells WBON that the fundraiser, on average, sees $25,000 to $30,000 raised. However, one year saw nearly $50,000 raised for the nonprofit. This money is key to keeping Hope's Wings open and available for those that need it. Even expenditures for everyday items like toiletries and games for women and children staying at the shelter add up quickly. The emergency shelter at Hope's Wings is just the first phase of their program, however. The second phase involves providing education and information on resource management and life skills to survivors. The third phase of the program provides rental assistance for those transitioning to independent living. However, the federal funding for securing housing for people once they leave the shelter could soon be unavailable due to ongoing funding freezes in Washington.
Phase 3 is where we actually help people who are living in the shelter find that housing back out in the community. It's our transitional housing piece. And those are the grants right now that seem to be frozen. And that's the piece of our program that, in a year or so could be in real danger. We do not want to lose the ability to be able to help survivors of domestic violence start their lives again in the community. It's costly to move. It can cost anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 for somebody to restart.
Jail and bail begins at 8 a.m. at the downtown Richmond branch of Central Bank and Trust on Friday, April 18th. If you can't make it out to jail and bail this year, Lanehart tells us that you can donate to the shelter through their website. Hope's Wings has a 24-hour phone line open with an advocate ready to consult with victims of domestic violence. If you are experiencing domestic violence, you can contact Hope's Wings by phone at 859-623-4095. Reporting for WBON Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Thanks. A fundraiser for a great cause. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Looks like we might have some weather moving into the area. We've got Sam in the Weather Center. That is coming up next here live at 5.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Stihl in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. Looks like we've got some weather moving into the area. We've got Sam in the Weather Center with all the details.
Hi, thanks, Gretelyn, and welcome everybody. What a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures. We were kind of hanging out right around 80 degrees or so. A lot of clouds now starting to move in, and these storms, of course. And any lingering storm still has the potential of producing some isolated damaging wind gusts. And so there is technically a slight risk of severe weather over us, but all that is kicking down to the east and a little bit to the southeast fairly quickly. We do have a cold front coming through. So naturally, along that, we get a couple of these storms, and behind it, we'll have a drop in humidity, drop in temperatures just a little bit, and some breezy winds for the day tomorrow. But notice, kicking things off here again this evening, quite a few of these storms are rolling through. Damaging wind, straight line wind is going to be the concern there. And that's why we have the slight risk of severe weather, maybe a little hail as well. As that front moves through, it should clear everything out. A couple drips maybe Tuesday as that cold air starts to move in. And we'll have breezy winds. So storms clear, breezy and cooler for our Tuesday. And then we slowly start warming up towards the end of the week with dry weather all the way until about maybe Friday, Saturday. So we have high pressure that's moving over us, and it's going to slide down to our southeast. We're going to be on the northern edge of that high pressure going into the weekend. So it still kind of has an influence on us, but the storms may ride that edge. And so that's where we're looking at our threat going into the weekend. So anyhow, forecast lows out the door in the upper 40s, and check out the peak wind gusts, maybe 30 miles per hour out of the west, which diminish going into Wednesday. So that's some good news. And Thursday, highs topping out in these mid 50s with ample sunshine out here. Upper 50s again on Wednesday. Then we start warming up Thursday, 63. We're back up to 73. We'll have some breezy winds developing out of the south. Again, riding on the top of that high pressure dome. Have a few storms. We may be in the midst of that Saturday, and just a few isolated storms Easter Sunday.
Thanks, Sam, for that forecast. You can check that out anytime on our website, WBONTV.com, and is also available on our Facebook page. Well, a murder suspect from Washington State was apprehended in Montgomery County April 8th, according to local authorities. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office initially arrested Dariel Nunez Montero for his alleged involvement in organized crime. However, further investigation revealed that Montero was a primary suspect in a murder that occurred in Washington State in late 2024. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office collaborated with the Vancouver Police Department Major Crimes Unit in Washington and the Commonwealth's Attorney Office to secure a search warrant and recovered what they termed critical evidence. Vancouver police have been investigating the homicide of Courtney Clinton since November 1st of 2024 with assistance from the Clark County Prosecutor's Office in Washington. A felony warrant for first-degree murder was issued for Montero's arrest on April the 11th. Authorities in Washington State report that Dariel Nunez Montero will be extradited from Montgomery County, Kentucky to Clark County, Washington to face these murder charges. Well, on Saturday, Richmond police arrested a man accused of sexually abusing an underage juvenile. According to the arrest citation, officers were dispatched to the Baptist Health Richmond on April the 12th in response to a reported sexual assault of a 15-year-old male. At the hospital, police spoke with the victim, who stated that he had met a man named Kenneth Reeves via an app and agreed to meet him in person. When the victim arrived at Reeves' residence, Reeves proceeded to have sexual relations with that child. When police spoke with Reeves, he admitted that the sexual acts did occur but denied knowing that the victim was underage. When he asked how he was unaware the victim was underage, Reeves reportedly became nervous and said, according to the citation, that while the victim never gave his age, you had to be 18 to be on the app. Reeves was arrested on charges of third-degree sodomy, first-degree sexual assault, and distribution of obscene matter to a minor. He is lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Also in Richmond, last Tuesday, police arrested a man on stalking charges. According to the arrest citation, officers were dispatched to Hardee's on the evening of April 8th in response to a man in a Dodge Dakota violating an emergency protective order. At the scene, officers made contact with the driver, identified as Corey Howard. He told police that he had been arguing with his brother over the phone and waiting to speak with a woman whose identity was kept anonymous. Officers called the woman, who informed them that Howard had threatened to burn her home down. Howard consented to a search of his car, which led to the discovery of a cigarette lighter, cardboard, and motor oil. During the search, Howard, according to the citation, stated, "I don't have anything in my truck. I don't have any accelerant." He then voluntarily showed Facebook messages between himself and the woman, which included a video call and no messages. Officers again spoke with the woman, who told them that they had been in a relationship and Howard had been harassing her online for the past week. A few days earlier, he had posted an explicit photo of her on social media, and when asked to remove them, he refused, sent threatening messages, and began to stalk her. Howard, according to the citation, admitted to posting the photo and sending the messages. He was arrested on charges of first-degree stalking, tampering with physical evidence, and distribution of sexually explicit images without consent. He is lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Well, Kentucky has lost a true hero. Pearl Harbor survivor and Winchester native Vaughn P. Drake Jr. has passed away at the remarkable age of 106. Born in Winchester on November the 6th, 1918, Mr. Drake served in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers during World War II. He is believed to have been the oldest known living survivor of the attack on Pearl Harbor. During his service, Mr. Drake also witnessed the Battle of Saipan and in the Marinas, and was honored with the World War II Victory Medal and a special congressional medal recognizing Pearl Harbor veterans. A visitation service to honor Mr. Drake's life will be held Thursday, April the 17th at 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at Millward Southland in Lexington. Following the visitation, a military burial will take place in Winchester Cemetery at 3, where community will have the opportunity to pay their final respects to a distinguished veteran. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Michael Watkins coming back with all of your sports news. That's coming up next.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Funson, Kentucky lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad again.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Well, welcome back to Alive at 5. The EKU baseball team dropped a home series versus Lipscomb this weekend, losing the last two games on Saturday and Sunday. In today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, Michael Watkins is here to look back at the game from yesterday, in which the Colonels had a lead midway through the game, but just couldn't hold on.
Hey everyone, welcome into this Monday edition of the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. Hope you were able to get out and enjoy some of that great sunshine and warmer weather that took place from over the weekend. And as we look back at what took place this weekend, the Eastern Kentucky University baseball team dropped to 4-11 in the ASUN Conference and now 7-30 overall after a 9-4 loss yesterday at home to wrap up their weekend series with Lipscomb. The Colonels led 3-2 after 5 innings, but a 5-run sixth inning helped Lipscomb pull out the victory. Silas Schaefer got the Colonels on the board in the bottom half of the first inning, scoring on an error to tie the game at 1. Colby Ott's single up the middle in the fourth brought home Greg Caban and gave Eastern a 2-1 advantage. And in the bottom of the fifth, the team would take the lead again on a Caban RBI double down the left field line to go on top 3-2. The Bison took control of the game with 5 runs in the top of the sixth and would go on for the win, moving them to second place in the Gold Division standings within the ASUN. With the loss, the Colonels now fall back to last place in the division, 1 spot back of Bellarmine. The Colonels will return home on Thursday at Earlcombe Stadium as they welcome in the first-place Governors of Austin Peay and get close to wrapping up this 9-game homestand. Thursday and Friday games begin at 6 p.m. with the series finale on Saturday beginning at 1. After a week-long trip to Florida, the Madison Central baseball team, they return home and will once again host Blake Crow Night over at Berea College versus Estill County. Crow was a former player and coach with the Engineers program before passing away in May of 2021. Since then, this annual game has become known as Blake Crow Night, honoring the former Engineer legend who also played for the Mountaineers in college. The first Blake Crow Night game took place in 2022 with a ceremony that took place before the game. And in that game, the Indians won 8-3. In 2023, Estill County won a great game, 10-7 in extra innings, and last year the game was rained out and never made up. This season, Crow's younger brother, Tanner, has taken over the program, and in his first year at the helm, the Engineers are 6-5 and are coming off a 4-3 loss to Breathitt County. When this annual game started, Athletic Director at Berea College Ryan Hess and the Mountaineer baseball program found a perfect way to honor Blake after his passing.
This evening, we wish to celebrate the impact Blake Crow made within the lives of so many within his home community in Estill County and here on the Berea College campus. Blake was a terrific ball player, but he was also an incredible teammate, a great coach, a devoted husband and father, a loving son, a supportive brother, and a true friend. Tonight, the new Berea College baseball locker room will be named in Blake's memory and will permanently be nicknamed the Crow's Nest in his honor. A plaque bearing this inscription and description has been placed in the baseball locker room, with the plaque being presented to his father, Coach Brian Crow.
Tonight's game is set for a 6 p.m. first pitch, and WBON TV will be there live for all the action as the Indians return home and look to get back in the groove where they won 4 straight before their spring break trip down south. For the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, looking forward to being with you on the call for that baseball game tonight. I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels. Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Thanks for joining us today, and make sure you are staying weather aware tonight. Of course, I'll see you back here tomorrow live at 5.